Now, what's your take on Masato, the commander that tells them what to do during the show, gives them the battle strategies and all that? What's your take on him, Matt?
I like her too, because she's confident as well. You know, I mean, I like how they have the strong women in the show. Actually, I mean, it's pretty awesome because a lot of anime, you know, usually they kind of Debbie down sometimes. You know, they're always with some guy or something. But I love the strength in her. You know how smart she is running the show.
How do you feel?
I really like her. She's doesn't take bullshit from anybody. She convinces not only the UN but the military to give her access to weapons that are classified and not even supposed to be made, and takes the ridiculous, my most crazy idea and makes it work. I mean, when you're defeating something like angels, you need something crazy to work. Matt, I got a question for you. Being in the military, they go strongly with military here. What's your aspect on that? Because they use the UN, and of course at the beginning they send out their full military might, and Nerve, even though is coordinating with the military. I mean, what's your take on it?
It's about normal because they use the AVAs as a last resort. Basically, they try to set the military in first to kind of see if they can, work the situation down first, and then they send in, the special weapon, when it comes down to it. I figured, even though it's just a story, and it's really, even though it has military involvement in it, it doesn't really fall like a strong, straight-up military guideline type of thing, but I like it. I like the, how they run and do everything. But,
Now, back to Misato, I think we all haven't mentioned yet how much of a flirt she is. She is always cracking jokes. She's great comedy relief in this show too, because she's always cracking jokes like when Shinji had made the decision he was going to live by himself. She just was not having it, so she told him to move in with him. And she's telling what's her name?
Was it
Ritsuko, the scientist, the lady with the blonde hair. She's on the phone with her, telling her that he's moving in with me. Don't worry, I'm not gonna put the moves on him. So she's going off on her like, oh, why the hell would you even say something like that? But she's a big flirt, and she is very funny when she's not being serious. But when she's being serious, she is fierce.
Yeah.
So I think she's an excellent part of the story. I don't think you could have told the story without her.
Yeah.
She definitely makes it, enjoyable to watch. Yeah. She's fun to watch.
Yeah. We've kind of already went over Gendo Akari. Is there anything you wanted to add about him? How you feel about him?
Yeah, he's kind of dirty. But I understand his reasoning. Not so much to saying that he should do what he did, but I understand him kind of being, separated from everything, like just trying not to get so much emotion involved type of deal, because something bad happened. I'm pretty sure. Definitely it'd be hard for one of them died, things like that. But he's definitely about business. We need you to do this, and that's all you're here for, is keep strictly business, basically.
How do you feel?
I agree with Matt. He's a big ass. He's one of those managers you don't want to work for. You give him credit because he's such a genius. Creating the NERV program, starting the AVA program. Mm. But at the same time, it's just you're right. It's all business, no play. And the one moment that you do see even some sort of sympathy or emotion, it's not even towards his own son. It's towards somebody else.
Yeah, it's towards Ray.
And even then, you kind of feel, was it played? Was it played to be that way? was he even going that far into it to where that's what he wanted his son to see?
Yeah, because he does make hints like the script that we wrote out for him over 14 years ago and stuff like that. So you kind of wonder, is this all according to plan? And I think it is. I think Gendo is, I agree that he's an asshole, but I think he's also misunderstood. I think
he cares.
I think he cares too. I think he just suppresses it in order to get the job done. I also, not to ruin the next part because we still have to talk about the next movie when it comes out and the other two that come out after that. But there's going to be some stuff I think made evident in the further ones that shows you his motive behind everything. Mm-hmm. And that's not apparent in the first one. I don't think it'll be apparent in the next one. I think you'll find out that even though he seems cold on the outside, on the inside, his reasons, even though maybe not justifiable, he does have a reason for what he's doing. So if you take the history of the Evangelions, this is the first angel you see is the fourth angel to show up to Tokyo 3. And basically, that's Shinji's first battle. And during that battle, one of the kids at school named Toji, his sister gets injured during that battle and is in critical condition. So Toji punches Shinji at school as a form of retribution for his sister. What are your first takes on Toji, Carlos?
Just a lot of emotion with that kid. You gotta again respect him for taking up for his sister being injured, but at the same time, it's kind of like, was the ends justify the means? I mean, Shinji saved the city. Mm-hmm. He hurt his sister.
Yeah.
I hate to sound like a hard ass, but it's one life really, good to lose to save millions. You can't answer that question unless you've been put in that situation. I don't know what my decision would be, but I would probably be upset too. At the same time, you got to take logic into it as well, and he did what had to be done.
Yeah. So. All right, Dougie, how do you feel about Toji?
I think he's just a normal teenage kid, really. I mean, he got pissed because his sister got hurt, so he punched him in the face. I mean, that seems like a normal reaction to most teenage kids, you know what I'm saying? Because later down the line, he comes around and, sorry about that, why you hit me in the face.
Yeah, Toji...
Punch inside your face for free.
Toji's just he's a jock. He's the school jock. He's more action than thought or words most of the time. I think it's the second battle where...
That's where he's fighting Ava.
Toji and his best friend Kensuke, he's the kid with the glasses that's always videotaping everything. Kensuke convinces Toji to go outside and watch the battle. And during that time, Shinji and Ava Unit 1 are fighting the fifth angel, and Shinji gets hurled in the air, and the Ava lands and almost lands right on Toji and Kensuke. And at that point, Misato orders Shinji to get them into the plug so that they can be safer. And Shinji has to, at that point, Misato orders him to retreat, which, unlike Shinji,
doesn't run.
He doesn't run. He's telling himself, I mustn't run away the whole time he's in there. And then he just goes crazy and takes out his knife and stabs the angel and defeats the angel. Now, at that point, that is where Toji and Kensuke get to respecting Shinji because they see how much agony it is for him to pilot the Ava. They're looking at it and they're saying, well, hell, we were, bitching at him for hurting my sister. He's going through more hell piloting this thing than I am with my sister being hurt in the hospital.
That's another thing. You're right. He is going through more hell because he experiences the pain that the Ava does.
Yeah.
Breaks an arm. You experience the feeling of breaking your arm.
Mm-hmm.
Punched. You get thrown. He actually gets thrown.
Yeah.
But you see the type of leader and the type of pilot that Shinji will become. I think in that episode, where you'll get to see it where he does, like he says, he tells himself, "I can't run away," and gets the job done. Might not be the job done the way Masato wanted to do it, but he gets it done.
Yeah.
And he tells her, like,
but what is funny
is the relationship between those two. The jock and like the nerd, you know what I'm saying? It's a weird layout. How they friends, like total opposites.
Well, I mean, he does save their lives.
I watch. It's like, why are these two even friends? They're like, they're closest friends, but they're total different sides of the spectrum. It's very weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does save their lives, and I guess they see that, after they see what Shinji's actually going through just to pilot the Eva, they kind of, decide, hey, maybe they were too hard on him. But, what I thought was ironic, okay? The whole time he's in the Ava, he's saying, I mustn't run away. He defeats the angel, and then what's the first thing he do when he get home? He runs away. Masato goes in the room to look for him, he's not there.